Right, hello, my darlings. Back with a bit of treasure hunting for you. I'm going to try to hold out for this video. I know I've been away for a while. I haven't been very well. But let's start with some of the paper ones. I'll come back to those in a minute. Check out these envelopes. 5p each they were, in the scrap store in Cardiff. And I really like the size and the dimensions of them. I think using them to fold to make a flip book might be interesting, or use in a journal. So, but for 5p each, I got 20 for £1. So I'm quite chuffed with those. Pop those out of the way. And I'm going to have to put some of this paper stuff out of the way. Now, these two, I recognize this brand, NKUKU. I've seen these before. Now, I paid £2 each for these, and they're both exactly the same. So let me open one and show you. The box is really, really strong box as well. So the box will definitely get used. They're very sort of like an eco-friendly type paper product company, from what I've gathered on here. Fair trade as well. So it's a photo album book. And what I found recently, and thank you to Jazz as well, because she did one of these bigger ones on her channel not long ago as well, is you got this lovely sort of acid-free vellum type onion skin almost pages in between, and the actual photo album paper, it's really, really thick. So for £2, the paper alone is worth that. Plus the book cover can be reused. That could probably be stamped on as well. That could be replaced easily enough. And what I just noticed as well is that these are properly like sewn in signatures, I think. I thought they were. Maybe they're not. I can't tell. I will have to go back and investigate that. If they're glued or sewn. I can't really tell. I'll go back and investigate that. But the paper itself works. It is really, really, really nice. And similar type thing. I think I paid £1.50 for this big one. But the paper in here is that same sort of onion skin almost paper. But this paper is really strong. And again, that sort of card weight stock, or slightly thicker card weight stock heavy paper. Now, I've used both that piece, oh, it's not focusing right now, the cardstock piece and that sort of vellum piece on my jelly plates recently. And I had fantastic pulls using these. So for £1.50, the amount of paper that you get in here is well worth the money. So that's that. Come back to these. This is a little first aid book from St. John Amulets. And it's got some interesting little like diagrams and things in there. Like wounds and... But no, I quite like that for the Fallout idea that I've been working on. So yes, that can come and live with me. Fungus. And this lush book of all illustrated mushrooms. Isn't that just divine? I love it. I absolutely love the illustrations in here. I've always wanted to do sort of a mushroom-themed journal. And this was calling to me, for sure. So yes, please. Now, two things here I found, and I thought of Jez from over at Jezza Creates, because I know she's working on a Monet kit. And I've got some other Monet-type pieces scattered in my stash, like greeting cards and other bits for books and things like that. But it's a whole book just on Monet. And the whole book is just chock-a-block with imagery. Now the pages are teeny bit, I'd say semi-gloss. They're not glossy, but they do have a little bit of a sheen to them. But I think that's fine. But so now I really, so Jazz, I'm looking forward to that kit and playing. And next one, a impressionist printer paper. And of course, when I look at it, I immediately thought of the Monet. And I immediately thought of Jazz because of the purple. So I've got not quite a full ream. I don't know. I think this is 100 pages. I think there's been a few taken out of it, but there's still quite a bit there. Impressionistic letterhead, 100 pack. So, yes. So if you want some happy mail, Jazz, Monet inspired, pop me a message. So I'm quite chuffed with that. And let's see. And trees. Honestly. Trees. This one has the illustrated book of trees. And it's a lot of text in this one, but you do have these double page sort of illustrated sections. So yeah, I love that color. That is just beautiful to me. So I have done a woodland, so I've done woodland journals before, and I'm sort of itching to do another woodland. This is a random poetry book that I spotted on the shelf, but the imagery in here is all very sort of nature inspired and about trees. So I picked it up mainly for the imagery. So whether any of the poems make it into something, I don't know. But the imagery I just was really taken with. And these two, I've had these before. So these are actually duplicates. Because one of the woodland journals I've done before, I've still got the ribbonets of these two books up on the shelf. So one's called Havens of the Wild. And you've got some really, see if I can spot a few of them now. Beautiful, large, and it's a little bit glossy. But again, that's Worm's Head down the Gower. I've walked out there. I've never actually made it out to the tip, but I have walked out there. It's a beautiful place to visit. Sort of like that image of the mouse. So yeah, there's some lovely, lovely images in here that would fit in a woodland journal. And then that one's just called Ever-Changing Woodland. And I've used that one before for imagery. I mean, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So, yes, these, I'm hoping I might spot some more of these coming up, because I do like making a woodland journal. So, right, come on to the next slot. I've got, last couple of bits of, where's it gone? It's falling now. Oh, it's falling on the floor. Right, sorry about that. I had like a little mini avalanche then. So now I've got two cabinet cards. Let's say here, something wood photographers. Newark? That's New York, isn't it? And that one is W. Hill, New Windsor, Salford. So yeah, I've got that gentleman there. He's a little bit dirty, but, and then I've got that gentleman there. So these are quite dirty and patinaed, but no, yes, thank you. Now these two, I think they were £2 each. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them. Now this one is empty. I think they were £2. That one's empty. But look at the age on that. Eye shields, anti-gas. But this one is still got a lot of patina on it. What to do, gas alarms. But this still has the shield in it. Let's have a look. Little bits of paper. Oh, wow. Oh, look, it's completely disintegrated. Look at that. It's just a bit of plastic. But look, it's completely breaking down now. But how wonderful to sort of incorporate that into a fallout journal. I'm really, you know, and these aren't of any sort of historical importance. I mean, they was £2 for both of them. So, yes, I can use this. I can work with this. I can't believe how thick that cardboard is. So, and in that section was this. And I'm really not sure what to do with it. It was £1. And I've left it in the plastic because it's very brittle. You can tell by looking. Like, it's really, really brittle in places. Sorry for the shine. But it was only £1. But what it is, it's a first aid double-sided piece of paper. It says, read this carefully several times and carry it in your pocket. But it's all about what to do after an air attack. So I'm thinking World War II. And basically it says the most important duty of the civilian who reaches the casualty is to stop bleeding. So there's different paragraphs here on how to stop bleeding from different parts of the body. So bleeding from the head, how to stop bleeding, arm or leg, head, trunk, you know, warnings, what to do if clothes are on fire, burns, and if you exceed these instructions, you may do great harm. Leave all of the treatment to trained men. Lives are at stake. Play for safety. So it was put out by the Ministry of Health. So I don't know what to do with it. I want to do something with it to honor its sort of originality, but I don't know. Should I laminate it? I can't glue it to anything because it's double-sided. So I do want to do something with it, but I'm not sure what yet. So put that out of the way. And I found me a few more phone cases. Not many. A couple of red ones, so I might make a couple of Christmas ones using Rachel's new kit. So those red ones are staying out. A few other ones. Blue one. Another brown one that's got a good thickness to it. And this one, which I've not seen before. So it's not super thick, but it's already got one eyelid in it. So I could put another one and put an elastic filler into it. But this one has a little, like, coin pouch on the front, which I thought would be interesting. You could probably squeeze a pencil in there. So no, happy with those. Those away. I need to tidy all this up. Two other bits. Silicone mold for doing, sorry for the crinkling. I'll get this out of here. I don't have many of these, but I've got a few. And that one is very much like a leaf and botanical type one, but they're quite shallow, which means those will work well in a journal because they're not very deep. So this, I have no idea. It looks like random stencils, but on the back it says how to make a concertina envelope, but I don't know if this back piece is what's actually in here. So let's open it up and have a look together. Cut this off. This plastic crinkles horrible, doesn't it? Because it looks like random stencils. So what have I got? I paid £2 for it. It says a stencil. It's a bit of a random stencil. Okay, there's gears and a keyhole. Feather? Yeah, these are just random stencils. But bits like that, like the masks, I could use those on my jelly plate. So, no, this looks like there's clock hands and gears. Is that the bit? I think that is the bit. So, yeah, all the punch outs are in here. So, what is a concertina envelope? How to make the page flap. I have no idea. Yeah, how to make a concertina envelope. That's using that piece there. So, I have no idea, darlings. I'm going to have to sit and study that when I think of it. Right now, I think I need to get it into something so I don't lose all these bits, because I just put the plastic in the bin. Will it go back in? Let's have a go. Come on, go back in. Yes. So, no, that needs a bit more investigation. So, if this rings a bell for anybody, or if you've seen it before, let me know. And had some haberdashery. More plastic. Oh, honestly. Plastic and more plastic. Oh, that's pretty. It's a bit of a trim there. Quite delicate. And a few little applique pieces. I love coming across pieces like this. And I don't come across pieces like that very often. I'm chuffed with those. Dory lace. That one's a bit stained. It's a bit yellowed. Never mind, it can go in a bucket of tea. It'll be alright. And that one as well. That's more of like a modern one. But I like that. So those can go away. And I'll explain the seatbelt in a minute. And then I had some more bits and pieces. Some black lace. That's a grey. What did I pay, £1 for that? Like a grey lace. That's cotton. I quite like that. Piece of black lace. I'm not sure about that colour, but I think it was 50p. And it is stretchy. That is a very unusual colour. Not quite pink. It's kind of a corally colour. Bit more black with a bit of a ruffle on it. Some tea coloured. Again, I think it was 50p. Ooh, that's nice. That would have been perfect in Penelope, sure. Yellow, why not? Who knows? In the spring, that's stretchy as well. And this piece of pink is like really, kind of tape, like call me. There we go. Ooh. Oh, I do like that. Nice big wide piece. I've got a little packet of, they weren't £2.50. These were in the D stash. I think all these are 50p. These are just like the little miniature roses, but all like little black ones. I quite like that. Those can go away somewhere. And another applique piece. And I'm loving that. Imagine that on a cover. Or wrapped around the spine, overlapping on a cover. I really, really like that. Yep. And this one is, what'd you say, a pound. Woven edges, 76 inches long. So, again, not really my color style, but you never quite know. And a boho, or something really summery, that would be really, really nice. It's quite thick, but that could be a winner and something in the summertime. And there was another little one here, and this has just got all random bits of like seam binding and stuff in it. Yes, please, because I know I'll use all of that. And only two more. No, there's a few more here. That piece, little pom-pom trim in a sort of earthy green color. This, I did pay £4 for this, but I'm suspecting it's going to last me the rest of my life. I found this in an antique center up in Clondilo, and it's just really, really thin, kind of a minky, almost like tea stain color ribbon to like top tags and stuff. But honestly, darlings, this reel here is going to last me the rest of my life, because if you look there, it's like, is it going to focus? It's enormous. Absolutely enormous. This is like a factory-sized reel of thin ribbon. So, no, I was pleased with that. So, the blue seatbelt. Now, in the scrap store in Cardiff, they had an enormous container just full of seatbelt straps. And my son was with me, and he knows that I've been working on this Fallout idea, and he spotted it, and he went, "Mom, Fallout blue!" And I was like, perfect. Absolutely perfect. So I think I've got about 2 meters on here. I think. I'm not sure. How I'm going to use it, I don't know. It's not going to go through the sewing machine for sure, because this is like seatbelt material. But it should take rivets. So, I don't know. Anybody out there worked with seatbelt material before? If you have, please, any insights? So, and the last few bits and bobs I had, let's push this out of the way, was I got a bag of broken jewelry that I had for 50 pence. We've got, I'm not going to open that now. Or actually, yes, let's put it in a tray and see what's in there. Get it out of the plastic. Got a tray here. There's a few pieces in here I can work with. I can work with that. A few buttons. So, I mean, I can work with that for sure. Don't know about those bigger ones. Maybe on a cover? I don't know. But it can all go and live in my broken jewelry box. Dangle? Yes? So, no, happy with that. This, again, is an odd one. Grab a tray. And this is, it just says rings. 50 pence. And there's just a selection of plastic and metal rings. What I'm going to do with them, I don't know. For now, they're going to go in the hardware box. Or possibly down with the broken jewelry. I haven't decided yet. Nearly there. Last couple of pieces. These I've seen before. 50 pences. But I never actually used them in a journal. Because you can sort of put all sorts of dangles and things on them. I think they're called quilting pins. I'm not sure. Pardon me. So yes, those can go away. And these were really interesting. They're brads 50 pence. I paid for them. They're all brads, but they're all shaped like little tags. So they're like split pen brads on the back, but they're all little mini tag shapes. Quite quirky. Colors are a bit too punchy for me, but I could always glue something on the top of them as well. But really quite different, so I like that. And lastly, I found these. They're two little mini antique. They were in the antique center. They were only a couple of pounds each, but because of the size of them, they're real magnifying glasses. I don't think that's like silver plate or something. I don't know. I'm not an antique person. They were only a couple of pounds each, but they're nice and small and perfect for sort of incorporating into a pocket of a journal, because they're quite thin and they're flat and they're quite small, and they both have teeny tiny little holes in the bottom of the handle, so they could be hung on a piece of string and then put into a pocket. So I'm quite liking that idea. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but they're going to go and live with the Fallout things for now, or in my vintage box. I don't know yet. So no, that's all for me for now, darlings. I hope everybody out there is doing well. I'm working on a Christmas project at the moment using Rachel's new Christmas papers from this year. So hopefully I have something to show you soon. So take care, everyone. Happy crafting, and hope to see you back soon. Bye for now.